Hey folks, welcome back to the 3-1 from the Armory with Murph and Lassiter Association podcast, brought to you by the 3-1 Association, and it's a Brent Womack production, who happens to be sitting in the room. So if this looks better, it's because of him. You can thank him. If it doesn't sound better, that's our fault because we don't have much of an agenda today, but we wanted to get you one so that we don't go too far without bringing you some kind of content, right? So today we're just going to talk a little bit about basically recent happenings, things with the 3-1 Association, the Warrior Reunion Foundation.
Not COVID, not the election.
Not COVID, not the election. Hopefully you're surviving that debacle just fine.
We have no idea what's going on. We've locked ourselves in the room.
There's shooting going on outside. We're not sure, but we think it's deer season.
It is deer season. It is deer season. Like Murph said, we just recent happened as far as us. Last couple of days, we take into account, the recent, or not the recent, but things that we talked about, what we've gone through, and what is significant about this month, which is the second Battle of Fallujah, also known as
Phantom Fury. Yep.
So talking about that, going and just talking to each other, that's the same thing we recommend for you is for you guys that's listening or watching, is if you have any issues or situation of this things you want to talk about, we're always available. I'm sure your brothers and sisters in the Marine Corps are the same as far as being available. Things that we like to do is get outside, and of course everybody knows we like to hike and or ruck or just get out in general. And that's what we did yesterday. We took two rucking groups. One, the Upper Cumberland Ruckers out of the Spartan, Tennessee area. The other one was the Nashville RUCKstars out of the Nashville area. Good group. Took them on a 9-mile hike, if you will, through the woods. Counted that toward it was 9.2 miles.
Yeah, about 9.2.
9.2 miles, about a little under 1,400 foot of gain on the elevation. Good challenging as far as the terrain. The weight on our backs wasn't too awful bad. We used that to go 2 birds, 1 stone, if you will. When we did, we actually counted that for the Warrior Reunion Foundation's inaugural hump day. So we posted it on there. Another good organization. Of course, we always plug those guys at the end to tell you all about it. Murph will roll into as far as again, good turnout. I'll let Murph, who is I think there's a term for it. We're real careful. We don't consider ourselves gear queers. We consider ourselves
Geardos.
Yeah, geardos. So I'll let Murph tell you a little bit about what type of gear we had on our person yesterday and his recommendations.
Okay. Well, primarily it was kind of a Go Ruck themed thing. It wasn't Go Ruck sponsored or endorsed, but everybody there was part of a ruck club of some sort. So there was a lot of Go Ruck bags, a lot of rucks. You had the brand new Rucker 3.0. You got it?
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Here it is right here.
Yeah.
From Go Ruck, the Rucker 3.0.
Do you know what all features it has on it versus the 2.0?
Versus the 2.0, it comes with the padded the lower back support.
It's a kind of a more pronounced back panel. Gives you more lumbar support, pulls it away from your back a little more.
Yep, it doesn't rub too much, which was awesome. It comes with the lifetime warranty on this one right here. It comes with the handles if you're into workouts of the days or WODs, if you will. Better handling. Comes with drain holes if you decide to get wet. Temperature will dictate if you wanted to do that or not. Strong straps. Again, comes with a lifetime warranty. We also are rocking the Hill People gear.
It's got the built-in reflective strap too. So for those of you that know Go Ruck stuff and the reflective bands that everybody puts on their stuff, and you catch a lot of heat in the pack forums and stuff for wearing those even outside of events, but this one's got it built in. It's kind of a subdued panel. You can obviously see it when it reflects, but you're not going to see it. It's not going to be obnoxious throughout the day. You've also got on the other side, it's more of a less abrasion prone material on the back. They did one of I want to say it was a CrossFit Open or something like that. A lot of the athletes got chewed up on their back, and I think they kind of heard that, and Jason and his team adjusted a little bit to where it wasn't going to rip their backs up so much on bare skin, was the idea. So,
you want to tell them about the chest rig or the?
Sure. Chest rigs. The Hill People gear. Which one do you got? The Search and Rescue there?
Yeah, Search and Rescue.
Okay, so Hill People gear puts out it's the kit bag. They're chest bags basically. So for those of you that were in the Marine Corps or in the military at all, you know about the admin panels or chest harnesses or any of that kind of gear that we all wore up front. It's basically the same idea. You throw it on over your body. I did a quick view of it on my YouTube thing, but it basically rides high, or you can adjust it lower. Gives you access to all your things. If you're carrying a firearm, you want to do it discreetly, there's an area for that. You don't have one in here, right?
Yeah,
okay.
In the back.
Oh, in the back, okay. Mm-hmm. So there's an area for a firearm here. You can also carry, you can carry whatever you want there. I don't usually carry a firearm on mine unless I'm in kind of an urban area or something. And then in here you've got, another panel, and it opens fully out. So you've got pockets, you can actually organize your kit. So all your really much needed items, you can throw them there. They're up high on your chest, your compass, your GPS, your phone, whatever you want to do. You carry a spare battery, and a phone in yours.
I carry a spare battery.
That's pretty cool. So you can actually run that, charge it, and carry it.
Charge the phone as I go. So depends on how long I'm going to be out there. If I'm going to be out there longer than 6 or 7 hours, I'm going to have a battery charger. So because I run GPS or apps or map in the background, so that way I'm a little bit older, so I get lost easier. So sometimes I have to rely on technology to bring me back home.
You might have got lost a little bit yesterday.
Only about 200 meters though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So
the
dog knew where it was
close to recalibrating. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's another cool piece of gear. I think I was actually the only one there that didn't carry a GoRuck bag.
Yeah, you had a Mystery Ranch.
Mystery Ranch, but I definitely have my fill of GoRuck bags at the house, and I had 3 of them here with me, but chose to go Mystery Ranch for whatever reason. Probably just to be different, because I like to do that. So I had a Mystery Ranch ASAP. Carried all our stuff. Carried that stretcher. That was a pretty cool thing.
We did a lot of evolutions there. I guess it really wouldn't. I guess you can't call them workouts. I guess you can call them WODs. Basically what happens, we had a 2-mile movement down to one waterfall where we knocked out a couple. First exercise was push-ups, and the second exercise. What did I do for the second exercise? Modified power sit-ups.
Yeah.
We stayed with, there were 2 count. We stayed with 22. 22, the significance, of course, everybody knows 22, which is way too many. As David Wilson said, 1 is too many. 22 suicides per day by our veteran friends. Again, unfortunate, but that was significant for yesterday. Every exercise we did was 22, whether it was 1 or 2 count. And then about every 2 miles, we would knock out our exercise. And then when we got to the last, right before we started heading back up the hill, we did a modified Kazovac. I didn't go too much with them. Most of the people we rucked with yesterday were civilians. A couple of military were with us. But it's basically just moving about 0.6 of a mile with a Polis litter, everybody's rucks and backpacks in it. And it was pretty cool. Everybody had a good time. They got a patch out of it. We all, of course, went to go drink beer afterwards. It was a good day. It was a good day for sure. But just something that we did. We didn't really bring up too much as far as I told them it was, some of the ideas were military based, but we didn't want to make it a military event. The whole idea was to get people, like-minded people, to come back out again. So I think we achieved that goal yesterday.
I think so. I think everybody had a pretty positive response to that event. I didn't hear any grumbling. I mean, we made it. We moved as fast as our slowest person, and there really wasn't anybody slow. So it wasn't. I'm not knocking anybody for that, but I mean, there was nobody felt, I don't think, rushed or pushed but everybody had a pretty good experience with it.
Of course, the Marines were bitching, but we just kept it trying. We were running the evolution, and of course, we were bitching to ourselves. So.
I say it all the time. Bitching is the audible exhaust of the human machine. If we're not bitching, we're not happy.
Yeah. So we had a great day yesterday. So yesterday was the best fucking day ever.
It was fantastic. Goddamn.
What you drinking?
I am drinking beer. It's a Metazoa Brewing Company Wit-Bellied Hedgehog is what it's called. It's a Belgian-style wheat beer, which is a fancy way of saying I'm drinking beer. Cool. But it's Metazoa Brewing Company's out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Is that what
about an hour north of me? That's what you've got as well.
That's why it's gone already?
It's good. Pretty much gone. Yeah, it's good. It's they make a lot of good beers, and every one of them has some kind of animal or something on them, and they actually donate like 5% of all their profits to like animal saving foundations of different types. So it's pretty cool. And then I've got a hedgehog, so my daughter gets a kick out of anything I bring home that has a hedgehog, even if it's an empty beer can. So
they go really fast.
Beers?
No, hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs, yeah, both. Yeah, hedgehogs fly, and they You know, ours is like a little ball of nothing until she wants to run, and then she stretches out, and she's like a freaking slinky on crack. So, yeah.
Cool video.
Yeah, I'll have to get a video of that sometime.
What am I drinking?
You are drinking, right now you're
Brett, what am I drinking? Hey, just so you know, the producer, the editor, if you will, brought this in for me. It tastes like waffle.
Pecan waffle.
It tastes like pecan waffle. It is delicious. I don't know if you'll be able to pick him on the mic, but he's going to tell me, what am I drinking?
Select Club.
Select Club.
Pecan.
From Canada?
Pecan whiskey.
Not bad. I told her I wouldn't be able to drink the whole thing because I had to go drive after this and get something to eat, but
I think he's going to go back on his word and
I
drink the
think
whole
I'm
damn
going to
thing.
drink. It's too damn good.
Yeah. So, we got that. We've got we'll talk a little bit about it between here and there, but we've got another hike coming up in, I think we're going to shoot for April.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Knob
See if I
Stone
get it.
Trail.
Oh, you should have tested me to see if I was going to get it because I like to call it Knob Stone.
Ah, no, I should have. Because, yeah.
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Knob Stone.
Yeah. How long is it?
It's 58 miles, roughly, the way we're going to do the trail. We're going to try to kick it out in about 3 days.
We were thinking about doing it in November.
It's going to be
And
November.
I think we sobered up.
Day after Thanksgiving.
I think we sobered up.
Yeah.
And go, let's shoot for.
Let's do it in the spring when
Let's
there's a
do it in
little
the
more
spring.
water flowing, because it's Indiana, but still, there's not a lot of water flowing in those creeks until about springtime. And
it's colder than just cold as hell.
yeah, it's yeah. Well, you got that, and you got not just that, man. You just got, like I said, water. Unless you're going to do a cache or a drop, I mean, you're pretty much screwed. You're at Mother Nature's mercy on that one. And you want it to be a dry hike, but you need water when you want water.
Just travel light,
Sleep at night.
freeze at night.
I don't like freezing at night. I'm
That's
saying
why we're
sleep
doing
at
it.
night. I'm traveling at night, and all my gear is going towards sleeping comfortably. You're a person that likes to be comfortable all the time. I just like to be comfortable when I sleep.
How was that even possible? Because I have basically the same gear that you do. I'd like to be comfortable when I sleep.
I don't wear a beanie unless I absolutely
It was
have to.
fucking cold. You got hair. If I had long flight like freaking, if I had
If you
hair,
didn't shave it.
even if I do grow it, I'll probably like Friar Tuck. So I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna wear a beanie.
I would
Besides beanies,
shave my head one day for the podcast if you would grow yours out to look like Friar Tuck.
I gotta see what that looks. You know, I've tried before to see what it looks like, and then it starts to itch. I've been shaving my head since. Oh man, the first time we went to remember the first time we went to Iraq, OIF1? I think it was outside of Demonia.
Yeah.
And we finally got a chance to get a haircut, and it looked
So
like
when
I
we
had.
were done, we were on the exfil.
Yeah, if you're familiar with MRE and a pound cake, that anybody that had hair, that's what it looked like underneath, on the top of the scalp.
Yeah.
So I go, I'm going to be in for a while. I'm going to shave my. That's what I ended up doing anyway. Shave my head. I was like, hey, it doesn't look too bad. It wasn't bumpy. It didn't have a roll of sausages on the back. So I just let it go. Then I got it. Once I retired in 2013, I said, let me see what it looks like. And I just can't let it grow because it starts itching. And I know it's gray on the sides. It's got to just blend into the beard. And that's as far as I've gotten with it. So put in the comment section. I tell you what, if I get enough comments on the comment section, I'm gonna say what, 50?
54 comments.
50. I'm gonna say 50
Right,
comments.
I mean 50 for you doing this. Okay.
When you like and subscribe below, and you go to the comment section and tell me how awesome I am, say, hey, I'd like to see would you hair. If I get 50 plus comments, that's 50 or plus, I'll grow out my hair. Now, with that being said, he's going to shave his, which I've never seen his head shaved.
Yeah, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
Again, another side effects of getting older. Or maybe I just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, you told me at the time I had a very nice head for shaving, and I don't know what that meant, but I took it as fucking yeah.
Yeah, I guess I say that. When I see somebody that would have shaved,
I went with it.
So.
We also got to talk to, you're going to have to talk about this because I don't know the area as well.
Ooh, that's
But the
tasty.
areas we hit yesterday after we got done with the hike.
Sparta, Tennessee. If you ever find yourself in Sparta, Tennessee,
Or this is a reason to find yourself in
or a reason
Tennessee.
first of all, come down, get outdoors. Sparta, Tennessee, you got Virgin Falls, you got the Cumberland area in general, Upper Cumberland, beautiful. But say you're not an outdoor person, you just like beer, then you want to go to Calf Killer Brewery, okay, give a couple pints there, shoot on down the road to Happy Trails
Happy Trails.
and the Chubby Donkey, get a delicious hamburger, and again, some more delicious beer, then take your ass on back to the house. But if you're ever in Tennessee and don't tell me, then we'll have problems. If you're in Tennessee or in that area, give me a call. I'll take you down there. It's a good deal. Of course, family owned and run. The calf killer, the brewery is right beside the guy's house, which is awesome. So good spread.
And I didn't realize they had coffee until I saw an old woman called me out on the way out. I asked her, I said, "Are you buying coffee?" And she said, "Yeah." I'm like, "At a brewery?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Honey, these are the best damn beans." I'm like, "Well, when an old lady tells you, honey, those are the best damn beans, you fucking buy some." So I went to buy some, and they were out of the full pound. They gave me a half pound. That was their last half pound. And I think somebody tried to buy them from me. No.
That was not it. Oh, you gave me the shitty stuff?
No, it wasn't the shitty stuff.
You didn't give me the good stuff.
No, I gave you the stuff I subscribed to.
Oh.
I wouldn't subscribe to it. So
that was the pumpkin one?
We can talk about that at the end, yeah. The Invader.
Yeah, we'll get at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
like Invader.
But I give you, the calf killer's still in there. I can grind it up.
We should have cut it down to 6 cups instead of making.
That's probably what we should have done. But we're doing it out of a drip maker.
Coffee ain't good.
We're gonna get on a coffee rant. I've been on a nerd out coffee spree for the last month. We've had what else? Oh, so that what was it called? Happy Trails.
Happy Trails.
Happy Trails.
With the chubby donkey.
The chubby donkey next door. The lady that worked there 2 days, didn't know anything to recommend because she hadn't had anything. But I know what caught my eye was the Tortuga burger. And it was basically...
Is that what you had?
No. You guys had the same thing, I think. The
like
chubby burger or whatever.
Will Mac can't talk anymore.
He's like, nope.
He's doing hand puppets.
No, mine was just like, I think a half-pound patty with onions, bacon, deep fried in a tortilla. And it was so fucking good. Just amazing. And even the fries were good. I got Cajun fries. They were badass.
What did you have then, Rick? Do it with puppets.
Interpretive dance.
Chubby. You had the chubby burger? I had the chubby burger. Yeah, did you have with bacon? You didn't have with bacon. I had a chubby burger with bacon. The fries were delicious. Good food. Anytime.
Excellent beer.
Anybody traveling to Tennessee, I've been everywhere, man. Just give me a shout, and I can tell you the best places to eat. And I'm not talking about your chain stuff. I'm talking about, I took you...
No, we went to a diner this morning.
I took him to a diner this morning called the Depot in Watertown, which is, if you went in there, it looked like a bombed out shelter, but had really good food. So, and that's the places that I like to go to.
Yep. Took some drive-by street fire from a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yep. We saw that Beetle again. It actually took the last spot at the gas station where I wanted to get gas.
Pushed us on to get gas further down the road. None of this is going to make sense to anybody watching, but ignore it. We do this a lot.
You're just happy to see us, and we're happy to see you.
I think Brent's just happy I don't have a fucking pen to click tonight. Actually, in fact, I made sure I brought a pencil today, and it's a twist pencil. So that's not going to piss anybody off except for people that like
I told him about that, and he goes, "Oh, he'll get over it." And I don't know if he will or not.
Don't give a shit. What else? We got to talk about the Instagram. You set up an Instagram for the podcast.
From the Armory.
From _ Armory.
Yep.
At Instagram. It's all lowercase.
So you can follow us there. And as always, you can, and we'll talk about this stuff where, you can always follow us at Murph Nuge or at NC for sure.
Yep.
What else? No plug.
What's
that?
That's a knife.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife. I watched that. That clip came up recently. We don't want to talk about all this stuff right now, do we?
No.
We want to wait?
Yeah. I just asked what it was.
It's just a knife, yeah.
I just pretty much this. I'm drinking alcoholic waffles, so now I'm getting chatty.
So we're kind of, like I said, we're actually kind of pulling some shit out of our ass for this one because honestly we didn't have an agenda, but we tried to do the thing where we come down here about once every other month. I come down, you come up. You've been coming up the last couple times because I refuse to buy a brand new vehicle, and all my vehicles are more locally driven. So, yeah. So that's kind of we just do it all.
I'm sorry, all I'm thinking about is coming up, and I was like, that's because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
But that's a totally different subject.
That's
what she said.
Yeah. We just do it all from my house.
I don't want to throw my back out.
So really, we're trying to do this every other month and make it more of a regular thing. But this time, we really had nothing. I mean, we're going to try to make a segment. I don't know if you mentioned it, maybe.
History,
We're going to try to throw some history in. And it's going to be, because this is a 3-1 Association podcast, it's going to be 3-1 Association or 3-1 Marines oriented. So if you come at us with, hey, can you talk about the First Continental Army or some shit? Well, probably not because we're Marines. But
well, it does fall into 1775 that we were.
We can still talk about that. Hey, you got 1775 in your hat.
Oh, this hat?
That hat.
Do you know who makes
that
this hat?
Where'd that hat come from?
Liberty Risk Apparel. Our good friends, Jason Kyle, his company, or a co-owner of it.
We're kind of doing these plugs as we go.
Yeah, we're just gonna ramble. I think people who watch this and listen to this know that we just it takes us a while. We're kind of like a diesel locomotive. It takes a while.
Gotta hit the glow plugs. We're just warming up.
And then once we get going,
we make a lot of fucking noise and
up.
we're annoying and probably choke you out.
Yeah, we have these hats. Got a couple of T-shirts from great company. Of course, I'm going to believe in them and be biased because Jason is a 3-1 Marine, so we definitely want to support that piece.
You can we can do all the we can do all the plugs, follow whoever at the end and all that shit. But
we're still going to talk about it. So
So we got that. We've got what else?
I don't think that anybody really cares that we don't have any. They just. I think they're just. Well, they know us. So.
Right.
And we can talk about stuff as it appears, or as we have just proven that for.
Hey, I'll say this: I wish you would. I need coffee suggestions. If somebody has a coffee whole bean that I can try out there, throw it at me because I have a subscription that I love, and I will hold everything to that standard because to me it is the best coffee. But I've also been in a spell recently where my subscription got basically paused, the supply issue, and then we got it worked out. But anyway, I went through a spree of trying other coffees, and then I got really nerdy and started, I grind my own beans anyway and all that stuff, but I started actually getting ready. I mean, I'm to the point where I'm going to start measuring fucking beans. It's going to get silly. And I've tried Good Dude's coffee. I've tried to go back to Black Rifle coffee and try a couple of theirs, and I just can't find anything I really like. But I love everything they do for the community, the veteran first responder community. They're amazing. Those guys are hilarious. Their videos are great. They're educational. I just don't think their coffee, to me, is worth the hype. But
maybe Black Rifle should reach out to you and ask you what your flavor set is and design a Murph coffee.
I don't think Black Rifle is a.
He drinks more coffee than anybody. I thought I'd drink a lot of coffee.
I drink a lot of fucking coffee.
I did. I'd buy a coffee that's like it called the Murph. The Murph coffee.
The Murph coffee. Murph brew.
Well, it depends on it. It probably tastes like peanut butter and semen or cock and balls.
Cock and balls.
Yeah.
Little
sour, like cactus bunghole. I don't. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, carrying on. That's kind of odd. But no, well, recently, so I did with my daughter, I took her down to Randall's adventure training and did a it was daddy-daughter, but it was like parent-child.
What would you recommend for any parent?
100%. They're in Gallant, Alabama, or Gallant, Alabama. I don't know how you actually say it.
Don't teach them how to play Xbox. Teach them how to start a fire.
Yeah, definitely. And
not in the house.
Make sure you do it in a neighborhood, yeah. No, they take it down.
If you're in an urban area, probably not a skill set you need.
But even still. But yeah, if you got a neighbor that's pissing you off, get you a fire steel and fix that fucker. No, we went down, we were invited down to this by a friend of Essie and Randall Adventure Training. Took my daughter down.
Can we plug that website at the end?
We can plug it. Yeah, we can definitely plug it at the end.
Yeah.
And they run this course in the spring and in the fall, so you gotta go on their website and check and they do other adult courses and stuff too.
Are they local to what state do they run out of?
Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah, they're in Alabama. And so we did kind of drive through this area on the way out. But we did it all there. I know them through the knife community and things and Blade Show and running around with the K-Bar Becker guys and stuff. So I know them through that as a hobby type deal. But it was a great time. Erin was, I don't want to say she knew everything there, but she was pretty much head and shoulders against most other kids there. At least kids.
I imagine her skill set was elevated.
She's 9, so at least kids, probably 10 or 11 years old, she was still beating on everything. But she's really adept with a knife. I mean, when I found out she was on her way, that was the first thing that I did is I went to my buddy Todd and we made matching knives for myself and her. And so she's got a knife that's just as old as she is, or actually older. Mm-hmm. So when she was in the womb being formed, I was forming her knife in the knife shop with Todd. So she's got one that's about as old as
you guys made a knife for Megan too, didn't you?
Yep, Megan's got a knife. Yeah, your daughter, she's got a knife.
She has one more TM Hunt knife than I do.
Well, you're a cheap bastard, so
that's
probably why.
But I guess you keep getting me this cool knives and don't put it in from K-Bar.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually had it with you when you used it earlier.
Yeah, I don't leave the house without this knife. It's excellent. Cory got me this knife for my birthday.
Left the house without you.
Yeah, that's a long story. Cory had got me a knife the year before, and had some floor work done. And after the floor work was done, the knife had disappeared. So.
Do you want to plug that floor?
No, I don't want
to say, hey, fuck them or anything.
I would just say stay away from the big box companies as far as if you're doing any type of flooring. I'm not going to say stay away from Home Depot or Lowe's, but again, give back to your local community. As far as if you have a family-owned, operated flooring company that is not Lowe's, then use those. But nothing against Lowe's or third-party contractors out of Lowe's.
I think you may have tipped your hand a little bit.
Operational security and not a strong suit.
Yeah, OPSEC is sucking for you. But yeah, no, we did that, and we did. She learned, everything from starting a fire, a proper fire, to they're real big on the hug a tree type mentality. If you're lost, stay where you are. Somebody will get to you. Knife use, safe knife use. They make figure four dead
Do they tie them up
falls.
by the wrist and like?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
like
why not?
Like
Filipino knife fighting or something with the kids. Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch.
Like
actually,
throw it in the middle of the room and
yeah. Some parents got to go home a little lighter than they came in.
I'm sure some
they
parents,
don't. It's a
based on what I've seen today, some parents may have been appreciative.
Yeah, it was a very, very safe operation. And Patrick there runs a tight ship. He's got way more patience than I ever would have with a bunch of kids and knives.
And we'll drop that at website at the end
we'll
so you guys get it. We highly recommend it. Every chance you get to have your kids, go outside. There's nothing wrong with, entertaining them with some video games or app or something from time to time, but get them outside. If you're teaching them nothing else, you're teaching them to enjoy the outdoors. So we'll drop that website at the end.
Yeah,
so
sure.
If it comes recommended from Murph, I would, all joking aside, I would believe in it.
So, unless it's beer.
Unless it's beer. So except for this one, he picked that one out. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, different. I guess not skill set, but different taste levels, if you will, as far as beer. He likes the stouts and sours, and I like my beer to taste like beer. Kooky like that. What else?
American lagers.
American lagers.
Yeah, like it came out of the
Belgian
tap.
wit.
Yeah.
Leaded.
What else we got, man? We got, I don't know.
I think that's it.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I'm in a.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we're already at that level with our minutes here, we're actually doing pretty
pretty good.
If you hung with us this long, you're hanging with us pretty fucking good. Yeah.
We are going to dedicate this podcast to the Marines who did fall in the the second Battle of Fallujah. You'll see those names at the end, so there'll be no flash, no pomp, no circumstance. It'll be a moment of silence. Again, if you ever need to talk to anyone or just want to just shoot the shit in general, you can reach out to myself. You can go to from_the_Armory on Instagram. Send us a message and we'll reach out to you. You can reach me direct at @NC for sure. That's NC for sure on Instagram.
Same with me, @Murph Nuge. Hit me up, say what you're about. If you just want to bullshit, you're feeling like you need to talk to somebody again. I'm not classically trained as suicide prevention or anything like that, but I can probably make you crack a smile and bring you out of that funk a little bit.
The biggest thing is just to reach out and talk.
Yeah, you're not alone. Everybody needs to know that.
So we all, a lot of us have the same ideals, a lot of us disagree. Just send a positive message. So myself and my brother Terry James may disagree on a lot of things. Myself and my brother Chad Russell may agree on a lot of things, but just remember to send a positive message and look out for each other. Take care of yourself and take care of your family, and the rest will fall in place. So go ahead and I want to know more about this. We'll go ahead and.
Okay. I was going to bring up the
What do you
plugs for Randall's and all that stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we want to do all that right now. But
Yeah,
like I said,
we're
we
gonna wrap
can
up.
put all this stuff below.
Again,
But,
put in the comment section about while he's doing that, I do want to talk about, we do want to touch a lot onto 3rd Battalion 1st Marine history and not just current events. Drop in the comment section, again, once you like and subscribe, drop in the comment section about the things in the history that you want to talk about in this podcast. We want to bring up everything from the Korean War, and we definitely want to learn more about Vietnam. I think that's important. We want to, when we're talking on these podcasts, of course we're talking to the Marines that we served with, but we definitely want to include all 3-1 Marines, regardless if they were Lima or George or anything in between.
Yeah, if you're still kicking from Korea and you watch YouTube and see this, speak up. If you got a story to tell, you want to highlight something, if you want us to tell the story, write it out. We'll read it for you. We can somehow we'll get it out to the people. We got to preserve the 3-1 association and the 3-1 mission. Push those stories out for those Marines.
So that's a serious note, and now we're going to tell you about Murph's going to tell you about some of the things, and I definitely want you to tell about the backcountry where and what, as far as the age groups that were out there, as far as the children. I mean, children from like 10 to 16, or who
Oh, you talking about for Randall's?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like I said, I was just going to pull up the website, but if you want me to go on further about it,
this is all the plugs for the rest of the day, or yours?
So, Jesus.
Except for Liberty Risk,
because I'm kind of a gear slut and I buy a lot of crap, but randallsadventure.com. It's RANDALLSADVENTURE.com. We'll throw it all down below. I wasn't going to go through all the Randall's Adventure, but then I started going and I'm like, nah, I can't stop. So the age groups that were out there, I think we had I think you have to be at least 8 years old to get started. And you don't have to be a parent, you can be a grandparent, uncle, whatever, to bring your kid. Just don't steal somebody else's kid and go. It's kind of weird. We had that. We had, I think the oldest we went up to there was maybe 15. They'll bring them up to 18 and I'm sure even further, but I think there was like a 15-year-old there. You can be from ground zero. You have nothing at all, no skill set at all in the woods. We had a den mother for a Boy Scout troop that had popped in, and she was looking for how to teach her kids knife safety and things like that. And she basically got that knowledge to pass on to her kids when she goes back. And she brought her like 2 kids that are with her, so that was pretty cool. They do a lot of little competitions and things like that, shelter building. It was just a great time. So, like I said, check them out if you're interested in that. They run a spring and a fall course down in Alabama. We got, what else? We talked about coffee.
Yeah, I definitely want to plug, as always, we want to plug Warrior Union Foundation.
Absolutely.
And
the work they do.
And the work that they do. We appreciate their effort. Any organization, whether it's military or otherwise, that gives back to the veteran community, we definitely want to give a shout out to. Whether it's a 3rd Battalion 1st Marine Association thing or not, we definitely want to give props and kudos to those who are doing, even the ones we don't even mention on this show. We definitely appreciate everything that you do. Those that do everything behind the scenes at Veteran Affairs, any that you do with local groups, we appreciate it. Any type of give back that you're doing, we appreciate what you do.
We should throw that out there too, right? The Warrior Union Foundation is a 501(c)(3).
Something like that, nonprofit.
Is that what it is? Nonprofit? Yeah. I don't know what all those numbers mean or what those classifications mean, but it was a big deal when they got it, and they were pretty happy to share that information. So go check them out on Instagram.
Donate.
Yep, donate. If you're a prior military and you haven't seen your buddies or your unit in a long time, I will be the first to tell you that they hosted ours down in Texas, and we've actually been to one. We piggybacked on one that was down here in Tennessee, and I think we did an episode on that. That was pretty badass because that was the Somalia Marines, and that was cool. You could just see it. Like, I know we had to have had a similar experience, and to see it on somebody else's face, you see the good it does when maybe you haven't seen your buddies in X amount of years. For them, it was almost 20, 25 years almost. And all of a sudden, they were seeing each other around a campfire. And once those beers started cracking and people were talking and telling stories, like I said, we didn't know any of those people.
That's why we got into the whole, and that's why we want to know more about Somalia and the Vietnam and Korea War Marines that served in 3rd Battalion 1st Marines. Again, please drop those in there as far as where we can get the research to find out more information, so we know that you know it, and we get that. We want to spread that to our audience. So that is something that we definitely would appreciate if you could share that information with us. So, just if it's just a link to say, hey, check out this link, and I was like, that's awesome. We would appreciate it.
What else do we have? Was there another foundation type group that was out there or something? Mm-hmm. Just Warrior Union Foundation, was that it?
Yeah. So
3-1 Association, Warrior Union Foundation.
We don't know what 3-1 Association is. So.
Yeah, we know that one. I swear there was someone else.
No, just
we had Liberty Risk.
Liberty Risk. We talked about that. Cool gear.
Throw the links down there. T-shirts, hats. Looks like they're doing some new designs pretty much all the damn time. So check them out. It's not just another veterans T-shirt company. It's veterans
nothing
that
wrong
we
with those.
fucking knew. I mean, it's dudes that we're gonna push because we know them. There's a lot of great ones out there, but these guys we actually know and can vouch.
We want you to give them money.
Yeah.
So we've already given money to the other ones. So now we want you to give your money to them.
Yep.
So.
Yep. What else? Coffee. We talked about coffee. Invader Coffee Company out of Texas, Austin, Texas. Wes Whitlock created that. You probably know him from Rogue American Apparel and things like that.
You know him personally, don't you?
No, I've never actually met him personally. But
you know him.
Talked to him on Instagram a little bit here and there, but not like personally.
In 2020, that's how people talk.
Yeah, that's not real though. Go check them out. Like I said, that's who I've got the subscription through, and that's why I stick there. He was a former Marine. I don't know what MOS and all that good stuff. He's a fucking hoss too. I mean, dude likes to lift weights. You can go see that.
He's probably motor T then. He had time to work.
And I don't think so. Yeah, he might take offense to that. But yeah, go check them out. Invader Coffee Company. They sent us a couple bags. That's the coffee we had this morning. The pumpkin pecan harvest.
I didn't have pumpkin. I did not. I had regular coffee.
No, that's what you fucking had. So, and we had it on our cool, badass new mugs too, which we could have.
I've never had a White Claw.
But I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna drink the beer out of that mug and fake it like I'm drinking Invader coffee. I can't do that. So sometime we'll actually sit down and have a cup of coffee with those, and who knows. What else we got?
That's it. Unless you want to talk about Todd stuff.
Are we doing that, or are we doing that as a separate thing?
Yeah, we do that. Just remember. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Just remember that again, we're always here to listen to you. We should be here for each other. Again, like and subscribe underneath. Drop those comments on history that you'd like for us to cover. If you can, drop a link that shows up where we can find that. We can, we've done that in the past when we did the ruck, our hike up in Indiana with the University of Purdue ROTC. A lot of information on George Company.
Yep.
Out of Lima during the Korean War. Great stuff. We'd appreciate that. And we'll just leave it at that. Stay safe. Take care of your own. And remember, your weapon is never clean unless it's Friday.
Or there's a 20 stuck in the chamber.
20 stuck in the chamber.
When in doubt, reach out. You're never alone.
That's it.